Caitlyn, what's the status of your health right now, and what specifically injury-wise between the ankle and the groin was it that prevented you from coming back this year?
Yeah, honestly, I've been working really hard to get back to full health, and I feel like probably over these last
What if the WNBA's brightest star was moments away from walking off the entire stage? A jaw-dropping betrayal inside the Indiana Fever locker room has reportedly pushed Caitlyn Clark to the brink, and it all revolves around one teammate being publicly humiliated and discarded. This is the saga of a loyalty pact shattered and a threat so severe it could shake the entire league. But, as we'll see, the most explosive story is sometimes the one that never actually happened. The real tale behind this frenzy is even juicier than the rumor that set the internet ablaze. Whispers began online and quickly roared. The claim? Fever guard Lexi Hull had been unceremoniously cut from the roster. Fans were stunned. Hull, a gritty defender and reliable teammate, was considered vital in Indiana. The move felt deeply personal, a cold-blooded decision sending shockwaves through the league. It was framed as the ultimate act of disrespect and supposedly lit Caitlyn Clark's fire. Social media exploded. Twitter threads multiplied by the hour. YouTube clips with sensational titles flooded feeds. Breaking. Indiana Fever makes shocking roster move. Caitlyn Clark's teammate betrayed. The algorithm devoured it. Engagement soared. Comment sections became war zones as fans picked sides, debated front office competence, and questioned the franchise's future. Sports talk shows jumped in. Analysts who rarely covered the WNBA suddenly had hot takes on Indiana roster management. The narrative was irresistible. A young superstar defending her teammate against a cold corporate machine. Perfect sports drama. Within 48 hours, the story transformed from a whisper to a wildfire. Podcasts dedicated entire episodes to dissecting it. Reddit forums exploded with theories. Instagram graphics screamed dramatic headlines, shared thousands of times. Versions varied. Some claimed Hull was traded, others that she was waived. Some suggested mutual parting. But all agreed something terrible had occurred, and Caitlyn Clark was furious. The spread was dizzying. What began as a single unverified tweet at 9 a.m. Tuesday dominated women's basketball by Wednesday afternoon. News outlets citing sources without verification amplified the frenzy. The rumor became self-sustaining, each new article referencing the last in an endless loop of circular reporting. To grasp why this rumor gripped so tightly, you need to know who Lexi Hull is and her importance to Indiana Fever. Drafted in the first round of 2022 out of Stanford, Hull had been a key player on a championship team. Known as a 3-and-D specialist, she knocks down threes and locks down perimeter players. In a league with limited roster spots, such players are gold. Not flashy, she doesn't hog highlights or stats like Caitlyn Clark, but she's the glue superstars rely on. She does the dirty work, guarding top players, setting screens, making extra passes. More importantly, Hull and Caitlyn Clark were genuine friends. Both from basketball families, both winners. Clark had mentioned Hull as a teammate she trusted most. On-court chemistry was evident, with Hull benefiting from defenses keyed on Clark, getting wide-open threes. Off-court, they appeared together at team events and community functions. This connection made the rumor plausible. If Fever management had truly cut Hull without Clark's input, it would have been massive betrayal, a signal that management ignored relationships. Exactly the kind of disrespect that drives stars away. Reports surfaced of Clark's reaction, furious, interpreting the move as a slap in the face. Known for loyalty, the idea of tossing her teammate aside was unbearable. This wasn't just roster maneuvering, it was a betrayal. The narrative painted Indiana Fever as out of touch with its superstar, creating a rift seemingly impossible to mend. Anonymous sources added vivid tales of heated discussions behind closed doors. Clark reportedly called teammates, texted players league-wide, and consulted her inner circle about next steps. Each retelling grew more elaborate. Some said she stormed the GM's office. Others claimed she refused team activities. One account had Clark convening an emergency players-only meeting, delivering an emotional speech on loyalty and respect, asking if teammates felt safe. Another version claimed she reached out to other league stars, weighing her options post-contract. Indiana Fever remained silent, fueling speculation. Silence interpreted as guilt, confirmation something terrible had occurred. Fans demanded answers. Local media scrambled, but the story lived only in social media shadows. Clark's own silence was misread. Some thought legal advice, others said she worked behind scenes to reinstate Hull. In reality, she was just focused on basketball. In the void, speculation thrived. The rumor gained traction due to WNBA history. Star players clashing with franchises isn't new. Mismanagement, poor treatment, substandard facilities, travel issues, and lower salaries than male counterparts had created a fertile ground. Hull's rumor fit existing league narratives. Timing amplified it. Off-season content drought meant fans were hungry for drama. Content creators exploited it. Then came the ultimate threat. Caitlyn Clark reportedly considering leaving the WNBA over the betrayal, a nuclear option. Clark drives ratings, sells out arenas, and boosts league revenue like no one before. Her departure would be catastrophic. All seem tied to one shocking betrayal. Caitlyn Clark isn't just a player. She's a phenomenon. Her Iowa college career shattered viewership records. The 2024 NCAA Championship drew nearly 19 million viewers, the most watched basketball game in 5 years. Drafted first overall by Indiana, season tickets soared, attendance tripled, national networks craved WNBA prime time. Viewer numbers, pre-Clark 400,000 per game. With her, over 1.2 million. Merchandise sales up 500%, Clark jerseys leading. Sponsors like Nike and Gatorade upped investments dramatically. Her impact rippled far beyond Indiana. If she walked, the league would hemorrhage money, TV contracts would need renegotiation, momentum could vanish. Stakes? Sky high? Rumors swirled. Rival leagues, overseas opportunities, or quitting entirely. Speculation included Ice Cube's Big 3 League or a new 3-on-3 startup. Some suggested she could focus on content creation, monetizing her massive following. Financial analysts quantified potential losses, tens of millions, possibly over 100 millers. The league, with thin margins, would suffer immensely. Fans reacted instantly. Social platforms became battlefields, blame, outrage, and strategy debates. Some demanded Fever execs be fired and Hull reinstated. Others defended management, citing roster complexities. A third group questioned reality. Alleged death threats to execs flooded social media accounts, thousands of calls and emails to local media. Security increased at the practice facility. Petitions emerged, one for Hull's return, and apology to Clark garnered over 50,000 signatures in 3 days. Another called for league investigation. Passion was real, the story fake, fan reactions split. Loyalty to Clark, principle over star treatment, or broader WNBA criticisms. Gender dynamics surfaced. Female fans linked it to systemic disrespect, pay gaps, inadequate facilities, and poor media coverage. Emotional response amplified by social issues. Male fans, often indifferent to WNBA, joined the conversation. Some genuinely, others for drama and debate. Traditional media faced dilemmas. Cover unverified frenzy and risk credibility or ignore and appear irrelevant. Generational divides emerged. Older journalists favored caution. Younger creators prioritized reflecting fan conversations. This incident underscored modern sports journalism chaos. Social media rumors and credible reporting coexist indistinguishably. Fans navigate without clear reliability markers. An anonymous tweet